All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Zom 100, episode 9.
All right.
The final episode that we have.
Farewell, Zom 100. It was nice having you around.
It was.
But Shaft, you got problems. You got to figure that stuff out.
Yep.
I get it happens, but
I know
it's a bummer.
Beatrix is just wonderful to animate, and so you put all kinds of effort into the previous episode, but like, please, more.
Yeah.
More.
But, sometimes it happens. So,
It does.
We'll be doing another show after this one here. So stay tuned for the poll. You can please see what's coming up next in the pinned comment below. But, all right. We've met Beatrix Ammerhauser.
That's right.
She's a big fucking otaku.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest.
The biggest of otakus, and quite capable.
Quite
frankly.
capable. Quite smart.
Much more capable than I would have expected an otaku to be in a zombie apocalypse. Yep.
Because in some ways, she's like a proper otaku.
Oh, yeah.
She's got like martial
She's
training.
a disciplined, determined otaku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
We
love
saw
this.
her swinging that pole arm.
Self-improvement and,
Yes.
and like martial training and actual like knowledge
confidence.
and
Yeah. Yes.
Shizuka, move, step aside.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. Just have Beatrix and Kensho just go off and have like
I need that. I need that.
amazing times together.
Oh, yes.
Yes, shamelessly naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh. His parents, yeah. Okay, so because of their kind of rural upbringing. Oh, no. They're up for whatever he ended up choosing, but like...
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And that might be the last thing you were able to say to your dad.
Dancing, dancing, rolling, rolling, only one my life. God, I love it so much. And you see Beatrix in the background, like fist bumping the air. Wait, she Fortnite dancing? Beatrix is doing the. Oh wait, no, she
not
wasn't.
quite the Fortnite dancing.
Not quite. Right. Yeah. Oh my God.
Every time.
I'm noticing all these new things the second time seeing this. Oh wait, no, this is what made Shaft end up losing production time. This OP.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, farmers are tough.
What will you choose? Pay attention to the road.
Oh, shit.
Okay, big barricade. That's a good
promising.
sign. That's a very good sign.
But also, that's a good...
Shit.
Okay, well,
Might have been to keep them in.
sure. Well, and see if you can... If there's a similar barrier on the other side.
Sure. The sandbags are being on the outside, which means they actually probably were a defensive barrier, not a... Oh, and exit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh my God! Oh no!
Oh, no!
A zombie boy!
Yeah, full arm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, bow and arrow's perfect for that.
Damn! Says
Sorry?
Treehouse of the Dead.
Oh, yes!
Oh, he's beginning to build one.
And that would be a really good way to deal with zombies.
No house, no problem. Yep.
Yep, but then the zombies just go underneath it. I've seen Swiss Family Robinson.
Vibrating. We must move quickly.
Build it as fast as possible.
Have some heart.
Yes.
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 That's right.
Every man gets it.
All right.
Random strangers come and they're like, we want to help you build a treehouse.
Yep.
She's getting better at learning Japanese.
Right.
Just every day, self-improvement.
板の隙間は5センチぐらいがいい。落ち葉が挟まらないからな。なるほど。ツリーハウスってのは木によって作り方が全然違う。ツリーハウスの基礎は樹木そのものだ。このホストツリーが枯れると家も終わる。木を思うと周りの木や地面
Okay.
You
I
can
like
kind
it.
of project ahead how many years a tree has and see
Right.
if it's a long-term healthy tree. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn. Yeah, the extra help is making tons of progress.
Oh, yeah.
なんかすごくいいこと聞いた気がする。
Ah, there's something so satisfying about hammering a nail perfectly where it needs to go.
ってことは自分を思えば周りのことを考えて
I
Ah,
like it.
ことを気にするようになるのか。
So,
sure.
俺はやりたいことリストに
Whoa.
Sure,
What
yeah.
a cool question.
yeah. And that's also a great way to, like, set the stakes for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
うちのせがれもガキの頃はツリーハウス作ってくれってよくせがんできたっけな。
その息子さん
Oh, no way.
No.
No, no, it's not. It's not.
息子は俺の目の前で女房に噛まれた。
That's
俺が二人ともこの手で
shit.
This hammer, you know?
Yeah.
高校のしたい自分に親はなしなんてよく言うが、まさかその逆もしかりとはな。
Fuck.
一緒に完成させましょう。
ありがとよ。
Oh.
よっしゃ、完成まではあと一息だ。
All right. Oh, my
Damn.
God.
ツリーハウスで一泊とか言うと思ったのに。
いや、
Yeah, but no.
なんだか無性に親父と息子の顔を見たくなってきまして。ここは昔人食い峠って呼ばれていたが多い難所で、トンネルが開通されるまでは集落と外をつなぐ唯一の
He's just walking along it normally.
Yep.
あなた、割とすごいところで育ったの。
こう見えて根はわんぱくで
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely believe it.
100%.
村の皆様が今も無事な可能性が
Yeah, like how would zombies get
Oh,
there?
good point.
Like,
ついたぞ。あれが俺の生まれ育った故郷だ。
Whoa.
okay.
It looks kind of flat, though, around here, so... Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, some zombies would have gotten out.
Yeah.
頼むから無事でいい。
Fuck.
親父、往復だ。
Oh my god. Yes. Yes. I love it.
なんだ、アキコさん、明らか消えてきたぞ。
All right, here's the
Oh.
one serious old dude in the whole building.
親父、いつも家族のために休み
Oh!
俺を大学まで通わせてくれてありがとうな。
He's just gonna go over and hug him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
俺は高校の一つもしねえで仕事の忙し
Yeah, you don't need to do anything.
でも顔すら店に来ねえですまねえ本当にすまねえ
Baka!
Dumbass.
世間が大変な状況になっているのをじっと考えて動け。
Mm.
くだらないって
アキラの友達かい。危険な道のりを大変だったんべ。
Hard man, I guess.
Yep.
Ah.
俺は畑に行ってくる。
He might be a little bit emotionally stunted, too, so he's, maybe a little bit uncomfortable with
Yeah.
all that stuff as well.
うめえ。
これが天ぷらですか。皆さんは今日までずっと村から出ずに自給自足をつかぬことを伺いますが、トンネルのゾンビたちは
ここが安全な村だっつ噂を聞きつけて町から避難に来たさね。
They weren't thinking about the
Yep.
group.
Mhm.
Yeah.
村のみんなでトンネルを封鎖してなんとか感染を食い止めたんさね。
けどお母様たちだけでもぶっ
That's a tough call, though.
Mm-hmm.
何
Oh, so your number grew. Okay, good. Nice.
ここは過疎化が進んだ限界
Right, because,
Yeah, because people
Yeah.
just leave.
そこを自由に使う
or just aging out of it, you don't have a large enough
Right.
group of people.
待て待て 何しに帰ってきたんだよ。親父とお袋にまだ何も恩返ししてねえじゃん。親孝行するんだろ俺。
No. Oh, that's a sweet feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
あ、疲れてない？肩でも揉もうか。
Just like, I'm good.
旅行でも連れてってやるよ。
don't
この間山の中に。
force it.
Yeah.
私をいたわってくれんのは嬉しいけど、あんたこそ長旅で疲れてるんじゃ
Yeah. Yeah.
洗い物くらい自分でやるからゆっくり休み。
There you
Nice.
go. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, make yourself available. You don't need to shove yourself into all these
Right.
situations. They've got a good dynamic.
親父、いつもこれ一人でやってたのかよ。畑仕事って大変だな。
I love it. He's the kind of person who
Yeah.
doesn't complain about anything.
Nope.
いる限りはみんな自分にできることして協力するのが当たり前のことだもん。
Not much appreciation though.
Well, he doesn't need the appreciation.
Right.
So he doesn't see the point in it. It's just like, no, that's a matter of fact. That's just what we
Yep.
do.
難しい。
Well, it's the culture shock. You
Yep.
got used to city life, and now
Yep.
you're coming back here. Well, but also it's not a debt.
Yeah, exactly.
あまり時間は。
Oh, he's sick.
インゲンも食べ頃だったぜ。
Oh.
これ
He doesn't want to burden anybody else.
Yeah.
Oh. So when his son came around feeling that he had an imposed burden, he's like, stop that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What? They know each other?
Yeah, like old friend
Oh.
or enemy.
Oh, they're just not helping.
本当にやるのか。
Huh?
いつからどうして自分はここまで周りに遅れを取ってしまったのだろう。社会からも誰からも必要とされていない人生。
Someone who never grew up. Okay.
Sure. Different kind of response to Tendo, maybe, where it's like, yeah, he's gonna smile. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
俺を必要としなかったやつら
Yeah, fuck him,
Right.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
全部ぶっ壊れた。今日から毎日が夏休みだ。
Wow.
All
so
right.
he is
Nega
Tendo, but
yeah,
yeah.
but bitter.
Oh. These are going to be his compatriots,
his-
basically.
なああんたら俺と一緒に遊ばねえか
Oh, yeah. Every crime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
これまで俺たち
yeah. 100 illegal things.
社会からのけ者にされてきたんだ、俺たちも他のやつらもどうせいつか
Uh-huh.
ゾンビになっちまうんだだったらそれまでに
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
and just the exact same title. Okay.
Yeah.
And there we've got a cliffhanger for.
And a long-term plot potential thing as well. All right.
Okay.
And that's all we've got for now.
That's all, folks.
Okay. A new
That's-
arc.
A new arc, and
They
that's
made
the
it
end.
to the town.
They made it to the town. We
And,
got to see the
and they
parents.
had the
Cool.
little sweet kind of treehouse thing there to be like the, the one chapter probably, before they get to this major arc where
Right.
it's the, okay, cool. Here's an example of a father that lost everything.
Yeah.
And is trying to find the thing that would emotionally connect
Literally
him with
rebuild.
his son and rebuild that and be reborn. And he's putting on a smile and a laugh, but
Yep.
the
Like
pain
he's
is
a
right
One
there.
Piece character.
It is.
You know?
It is. Yeah, he's a One Piece character.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is his treasure.
Yep.
And-
We even get a character at the end that's the father mentor figure that has a straw hat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the father told the son to figure out your dream and just go for it.
Right.
And the thing is that while the son ended up losing his way, kind of, and going off and
He did go after his dream. It's just
he didn't necessarily think about the,
he was not informed.
Yeah. He made an uneducated series of decisions. Yeah.
Right.
And now he's been reborn. He's come around the other side. He's got a dream, but the world's a mess, and maybe the dad also died a little bit along the way.
Yeah, like
because he's a weird character. Like there's a lot going on there.
he very much feels like an archetype that it doesn't feel strange and like, alien or anything like that, but there's definitely his own unique flavor of it.
Yeah, he's not conforming entirely to the archetype of the stern, emotionally disconnected dad.
Right, like the whole go after your dreams bit, that in and of itself is very opposed to what
we're showing here.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, but then we also had the bit where we got introduced to it from the get-go of, oh no, he resented his dad because he's just a farmer.
Right. Yeah.
So
there's some other stuff going on.
There's some other
there
stuff,
as well.
and I would not be surprised in the slightest. In fact, I would be surprised if his dad didn't pick up on that.
Sure.
Right? Like 100% he would be aware of that kind of stuff, because that very perspective from Tendo would come from a place of ignorance about his father, but then also probably ignorance of the way that his own actions and thoughts and perspectives can have an effect on the people around him. So,
absolutely.
So, that wouldn't exactly be something that he'd be concealing a lot, even if he never said it out loud. So it makes sense that things would be a bit rocky when he comes back, and that even if he did have a chance of understanding him back then, he has certainly changed a lot since then. So he didn't understand him even less.
Right. And it might be also the kind of thing where if you show up and you immediately trauma dump all this stuff of like, I need to make everything better all of a sudden. And it's like, whoa, stop. You're here. Think a little bit.
Right.
Which I liked the idea of him being like, think a little before you act, which maybe shows a little bit of where his pain and sore spot is, which is I get it. You didn't think before you left. You made an uninformed decision.
And you didn't think when you were, say, that much when you were at the company, because it was he was under so much pressure, right, that it was just reaction, all of that stuff, right?
And that's kind of what he's still doing right now.
And that's what he's still doing now. It's just coming from a better place.
It's coming from a much healthier place, right? So if it's the kind of thing of where he's like, I need you to kind of think a little bit about where we're coming from right now. We have somehow survived the zombie apocalypse.
Yep, and things have a functioning little
things
society
are going okay here.
Yep.
We don't really need you to come in here and be like, I need to shake things up and make everything about my feelings and how I'm going to make it up for you and repay you. I think he actually resents the idea that his son owes him stuff because it's you've actually got a lot going on here and it's fine.
And that's the remnants of his looking down on them for being farmers.
Exactly.
Where it's,
because there was coming in here and giving us all your fancy stuff and all that. Yeah.
There was an aspect of this episode and the conflict and stuff, and Tendo's feeling like he needs to repay them and everything, that felt like it might be a cultural thing, and that's why I didn't get it, where it's like, in Japan there's a lot more respect for the elders than there is in America, right? And so having something
kind of pride specifically with regards to sufficiency and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. So I could totally see that being a culture thing, but I could also totally see it being something where it's Tendo specifically, and it's rubbing his parents the wrong way. Like, even with his mom, it was something where it's no, I'm fine. Go relax, right? Like we're okay.
Right. There's a really interesting dynamic I've seen cross generational boundaries, which is where a lot of people gain their value and by extension some of their identity from some of the things that they do. Okay. And if you look at somebody and you see that they're always doing this specific thing, and you think, they're probably a bit tired that they feel like they need to do that thing. And it's like, actually, no, maybe not. Maybe they actually feel really good doing that kind of thing. And the reason why they do it so often is because they feel like that's their way of giving back.
Sure.
So if you end up trying to come in and be like, I'm going to take this from you, and be like, no, this time I'm going to do it. They might be like, okay, cool.
Right.
But just letting you know,
the thought. Yeah.
You don't have to do it.
Right.
I feel like it's the obligation that they're feeling from him that feels also rather off.
Ooh, do you know what this feels like?
Yeah.
So, as far as something that I feel like crosses culture and I can understand
a lot
specifically,
yeah,
it's the fighting over paying for the bill.
Oh,
right?
Sure.
Like at a restaurant or something.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things that as a kid, you
never got it.
You never got it, right?
No.
And especially, when, like, even as a young adult, when you don't have much money, it's like, so someone's offering
you, yeah.
Fuck yeah, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
But then it can become this thing where it's you're wanting to give back to the person because, like, oh, I enjoyed that we were able to spend time together and catch up or something like that.
Especially in a one-on-one dynamic.
Yeah, especially in a one-on-one dynamic.
Right.
So, hey, this is on me.
This is
right?
on me, yeah.
I appreciate you. Now, the thing is that they might be thinking the exact same thing, right?
Or they might be like, don't condescend to me by
Sure.
thinking that you need to pay for this.
Yeah,
for me.
exactly, right?
Especially if there's any kind of feeling of like great economic difference or something like that. Yeah.
Right. To say nothing else, right? There's all kinds
There's all
of things
kinds of
that it can be.
emotional things that can be involved.
Right.
Yeah. And it's such a simple little thing for here culturally because most of the time when people get together to hang out and do something, there is some kind of money that's being spent, even if it's a small thing.
Right.
A great example of this is you go to see a game, you go to drink some alcohol, you go to experience some kind of activity.
Yeah, some activity that's fun that would be just fine to do on your own, but it's better with company, and so that way it's a better bang for your buck with
you
hanging
need
out
to
with the
pay
person.
for transportation of some kind.
Sure.
You're going to be like, here's some money for gas.
Right.
Or something
exactly.
like that.
There was a point just recently where I gave a person a ride to the airport. Right.
Right. Yeah.
And they were like, oh, here's some money for gas, because it was a long way. And it's like, oh, shoot, thanks. Totally unnecessary.
Didn't have to do that.
Right.
But...
Didn't have to do that, and it's not like, in a lot of ways, the time to take them there is far more of a burden in that sense than the money of the gas, right?
Right.
But it's still something where they wanted to basically say thank you, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like in a lot of those situations, you'll get more bang for your buck if you just say, hey, I really appreciate this, thank you.
Yes.
Right? Because then you're letting them basically do the awesome, and you're not forcing there to be some quid pro quo.
Because there is a lot of people I've noticed that have a lot of problems specifically with saying thank you and also giving direct appreciation.
Yeah,
to people
and
verbally. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but it's I think it's a very much a thing that is not healthy.
Yes, it feels very similar to the not being able to accept compliments, right?
Exactly.
And so in even though it's intended potentially sometimes in the best way, even though oftentimes it's not, and it's just disguised as being intended in the best way, you don't actually need to, go out of your way to do that for the other person, because that goes to show that, hey, we have the kind of relationship where, as long as it's not some, using you for whatever, right? As long as they think it's a balanced relationship, it's you do the same for me, right?
Absolutely.
And so there you go, here you go, right? But if you force there to be that quid pro quo, then that's kind of a level of formality, right? Tendo here being like, hey, I need to repay you, that's essentially saying, I believe that you guys think that there's a debt here that I need to repay, because I don't believe I'm saying that I don't believe that was freely given.
Yep. And this is coming off of the episode prior to this, talking about the love investment.
Yes.
Telling you, love doesn't necessarily just mean romantic. It can be the parent to kid. I have seen really fucked up things where parents will squat in someone else's in their son's house, and then when the son is like, "Hey, I'm going to set you guys up with an apartment so that I can get married and start a family and stuff," and the parents go, "No, you owe us this house."
And correct me if I'm wrong, in that specific situation, wasn't the son even paying for the apartment?
Oh, no. Everything. He was paying for everything.
Yeah.
And the parents were like, no. You have to give us this house. We'll live with your wife and eventual, family and stuff. And he's like, I'm sorry. No, you're not going to. I'm paying for this, so I'm making the decisions here. The apartment is really close. You'll be able to visit plenty of times. You'll be able to come over and have dinner sometimes.
I'm still providing for you.
But the other thing that he was saying was that I'm not going to pay for everything as well. So what he was saying was that I'm going to set you up with an apartment where you'll never have to pay rent.
Sure.
But you will have to pay for your own food.
Right.
And these are parents in their 50s. These aren't parents in their 90s or 80s that can't work or something.
Yeah.
Or even people that are getting some kind of monthly thing from the government for Social Security or anything like that. And it's just no, there's a real divide culturally, I know, for a lot of people, where it's no, your son or daughter or what have you owes you as the parent after a certain point to do that kind of stuff. And it's, oh, no. And I actually really like that the dad kind of comes in and bonks and goes, hey, stop that. You're creating an imbalanced relationship by coming in and throwing yourself at our feet.
Right.
Maybe he should have appreciated his son's emotions in the moment. But
there's the way he did it definitely demonstrates his own issues with
his own
emotional
issues,
intelligence.
for sure.
You know,
yes.
Right. But yeah, I really would want to see the resolution for this, and so it's really unfortunate that like
we have to wait now.
This is the last episode, because it's like, oh man,
This is a pretty interesting, complex, emotional like scenario here,
and it feels
because there's not
very-
necessarily a villain here. If anything, it feels contrived that we have this "I'm going to do 100 evil things" villain group. I'm like, oh god, I hope they either get rinsed in the next episode, or their plan is irrevocably stupid. They all get bitten by zombies, and now they get to force out their.
Well, I think they're specifically just going to be like, we're going to unleash the zombies here. Just
No, they absolutely are.
Yeah.
But it's I don't want it to work. I don't want their thing to end up ruining this village dynamic here. I want it to turn into like all right, now we build up our siege encampment here. And
Exactly. That's actually a good point. So we talked about the stuff with the family and everything, and because that we're not going to see that resolve, right? There's only so much we can talk about it. But with regards to those people, the idea that they would essentially ruin this whole situation here, I will say, feels very narratively unsatisfying.
Yes.
Because their existence is contrived. It's arbitrary. They just sort of show up.
It's also meta-wise very like on the nose in a very like
we're going to ruin the progress so that way this group of traveling people still keeps traveling and doing their zombie bucket list thing, because we can't actually have them have a place to stay, right?
Yeah.
It's the more noticeable version of the why didn't they bring the sushi chef with them,
Yes.
right? Like, oh, the girls from the mall, they got bitten, right? So they all turned to zombies. Okay, right? But now it's no, people are just like, we're going to do this because, we're
I totally believe people like this would exist in the zombie apocalypse.
Absolutely.
And in a lot of ways, actually, this is the fucked up thing. These are the kind of people that would actually probably survive best in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't care about anybody else other than themselves. Now, would they survive in the 10-year kind of time of the zombie apocalypse? Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe not as much
You'd
as the
probably
group that actually forms a
has
community and builds a village, That's the group that
an armed
lives
society
longest.
is a polite society. That whole thing, right? Like all these farmers are used to hunting and everything. Like in a lot of ways,
contributing, yeah.
Well, but contributing. But like the way that they showed, basically every family's got a rifle. Because that's just what you do. Now, granted, there's going to be a whole bunch of zombies here, so it will probably still be
It won't be enough,
it won't be enough. But
Katana.
if that group of people were to come here themselves and try to start shit, it wouldn't even matter if they had guns. They probably wouldn't know how to use them very well. They would get rinsed. They'd get taken to town by,
Even if the
by these
farmers didn't have weapons, their back muscles could probably just flex and scare the shit out of these four dumbass kids. I do like though that they very much tried to give a little bit of societal commentary by showing that he did see something wrong with things, but they also started off his character with being one that was like, yes, I've been leeching off of that old hag, probably his mom, and no, we're not trying to.
He's got the
make
sharp
a good
teeth,
point.
like-
This is an archetype made specifically to make you think just a tiny little bit that they're understandable, but also they're pieces of shit. One of them wanted to force their tongue down a woman's throat.
Yeah, exactly. Like at the same time that they're like, hey, this person has been fallen through the cracks of society, and there might be some issues with society.
That
as
can
a
be
result of that.
relatable, absolutely.
Yeah. Then we're going to say this person who kind of has a point, but is from they fell through the cracks of society. We're now going to show how this person who fell through the cracks of society, they're garbage, despicable, awful, and they will probably need to be put in the ground.
Yeah, I'm actually rather curious to have a thing where it's like maybe it would be a better consequence to have him get all three of the friends, I say in air quotes because I don't know if they're actually friends, get them killed and turn into zombies.
I don't think he'd really care.
And then he just monologues. He has a great little rant monologue about all this stuff there. And Nintendo's like, no, I get it. Like, in a lot of ways, I'm just like you. But the only thing that was lucky enough about me was that I ended up being in a situation where I was able to be reborn after the midst of that.
Right, and it was entirely because of his own perspective on things. Right.
Because, but the fact that they both survived is kind of the luckiest part about this. They get to be able to leave both of those things behind, both the future and the past, and be mindful and think about the present. And there's a lot that these two, specifically Tendo and this kid, I hope that that's the route that they take with this, is that they basically form he becomes their bad boy of the group, and it's a person that ends up needing to be reborn.
I mean,
by the purpose of
if we get
seeing the perspective of Tendo, but also with Tendo learning that little bit of mindfulness that he could get maybe from the dad as well.
If we get that, great.
I don't have a lot of good faith.
But also, I don't really have good faith. He's literally about to unleash a bunch of zombies to like kill a town just for the lulz.
For the lulz, yeah.
You know, fuck that guy, right? But I will say, the idea of this group of people, I find way more engaging and interesting than the boss coming back.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, if we had this instead of that for like a 2-episode arc, it'd be like, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I think that's what this is going to be. Is this going to be like a 3-episode arc?
Yep.
Probably at max.
Oh, yeah.
Most likely 2, but I could see it being 3 because they need like an epilogue after the conflict to have a little bit of kind of stuff with the family.
Yeah, but this definitely feels like if the show were to continue and finish the core, right?
Yeah.
That this is the setup for the final
Season
arc
finale.
that has the season finale at the end. Yeah.
But all right, y'all. That's it for Zom 100 for now. But yeah, we're going to put up a poll on Patreon, and it's probably going to be done by the time this is done here. But check out the pinned comment. You want to see what's coming up in the next episode's reaction. If you want to see that next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out my Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play on Twitch. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.